Bryce Young's rookie season started with high hopes, but quickly spiraled into frustration and disappointment. What caused his early struggles? And how did he manage to turn things around by the end of the year? In Week 2, Bryce Young was brutalized in a 26-3 loss to the Chargers. His footwork appeared chaotic, causing timing issues on the field. This forced Panthers coach Dave Canales to bench him for 5 weeks, hoping to give the team a better shot and Young a chance to regroup. Early struggles and benching. In Week 2, Bryce Young was brutalized in a 26-3 loss to the Chargers. His footwork appeared chaotic, causing timing issues on the field. This forced Panthers coach Dave Canales to bench him for 5 weeks, hoping to give the team a better shot and Young a chance to regroup. During this time on the bench, Young faced immense pressure, with doubts swirling around his rookie season. His struggles were not just physical, but psychological as well, as confidence is crucial for any quarterback. The Chargers game exposed the glaring flaws in his mechanics, especially his erratic footwork that led to poor synchronization with his receivers. The Panthers tried everything to turn things around, but ultimately felt benching was necessary to protect their season. The early adversity was a harsh wake-up call for the first overall pick, but it opened the door for a crucial period of growth off the field. Coaches and analysts alike noted that this time off the field could be an opportunity to refine his footwork and build mental toughness. The question was whether Bryce Young would return stronger or struggle to recover from this rocky start. That 5-week hiatus was filled with intensive coaching and film study, as the Panthers aimed to correct the mistakes that led to Young's poor performance. It was a pivotal moment, a crossroads where many careers stall, but some forge ahead with renewed purpose and clarity. Intensive focus on footwork during hiatus. During his time off, the Panthers coaching staff zeroed in on Bryce Young's erratic footwork, which had been one of the biggest factors behind his struggles. Young's footwork was insanely inconsistent. He took a ton of small steps, then kind of hopped on his tippy toes, making him off balance at crucial moments like when releasing the ball. This lack of stability threw off the timing needed to connect with receivers, leading to missed opportunities and poor decisions on the field. One of the main reasons a quarterback's footwork is so critical is that the number of steps he takes must perfectly synchronize with when the receiver comes open. The Panthers staff broke down QB footwork into 3 main categories. 1 to 3 step drops, used for quick game concepts like slants and curls. 5-step drops for intermediate routes, about 12 to 15 yards out like digs. And 7-step drops, which are rare these days, reserved for big deep throws like post straight over the top. Young's timing was off because he often either took his drops too quickly, ready to throw before the receiver was open, or too slowly, missing the window completely. This 5-week hiatus became a full-on footwork boot camp. Coaches drilled him relentlessly, focusing on getting his drops timed perfectly with route breaks. They worked on helping Young take more deliberate, balanced steps, staying grounded instead of hopping on toes. The goal was to give Young a reliable, repeatable foundation that would build his confidence and improve his decision-making under pressure. Without mastering this timing, any chance of success at the NFL level would be compromised. Progress in footwork isn't glamorous, but it can make or break a quarterback's career. This intensive focus during the break laid the groundwork for the improvement that followed once Young returned to play. Footwork mechanics and timing breakdown. Quarterback footwork breaks down into drops of 1 to 3 steps for quick plays, 5 steps for intermediate routes, and 7 steps for rare deep throws. Young's premature drops or delayed releases caused receivers to seem covered when they were actually open, leading to poor decision-making. For example, if a QB takes his drop too quickly, he's ready to throw before the receiver is open. This makes the receiver look covered, discouraging confident throws. On the flip side, if he takes his drop too slowly, the receiver is open before the QB is prepared to release the ball. This misalignment in timing is critical because quarterback footwork is meant to sync perfectly with route timing. The synchronization allows the QB to throw when the receiver breaks open, maximizing completion chances. In Young's case, his footwork was unorthodox. He took many tiny steps and sometimes hopped on his toes. This left him off balance when releasing the ball. Such erratic footwork not only impacts accuracy, but also shakes a QB's confidence. Coaches focus intensely on footwork, aiming to ensure the number and pace of steps align with the intended routes. Normally, the footwork is structured. 1 to 3 step drops for quick game concepts like slants and curls, 5-step drops for intermediate routes such as digs between 12 to 15 yards, and 7-step drops for deep bombs, which are rare in today's game. When this is disrupted, timing breaks down, forcing the QB into hurried decisions and early checkdowns. The Panthers coaching staff prioritized correcting Young's footwork to restore timing, which is vital for pushing the ball downfield efficiently. Without this synchronization, even talented QBs struggle to read defenses properly and make impactful throws. Young's challenge was not only physical mechanics, but also regaining the rhythm that links footwork to route timing. Return to play and initial issues. When Bryce returned, his footwork was still unsteady. He rushed through his drops, throwing checkdowns early and pushing his average target depth to a mere 2.3 yards, a significant dip from the expected 7 to 8 yards. Confidence plummeted, further limiting his aggressive downfield throws. An example of this is how little he targeted alert routes where the Panthers would isolate their one receiver to one side. If Young liked the matchup pre-snap and saw it was going to be one-on-one, a confident quarterback would throw this every time. But because he never tried his alert routes the entire game, the Chargers didn't respect the deep ball and pushed 6 defenders to the 3 receiver side. Young consistently checked the ball down, allowing the Chargers to condense the defense and make the intermediate game impossible as well. Watching safety Elijah Molden playing deep, you can see he knew the Panthers weren't going deep and jumped the route. After this game, Young was benched again. He finished with just 84 yards on 26 pass attempts, and his career looked like it could be over. It was a tough moment with his confidence bottomed out, as throughout the game he repeatedly sped through his footwork and settled for the check down way too early in the down. However, this difficult stretch marked a turning point, leading to major adjustments in his training and mindset. Signs of progress against tough opponents. By week 12 against the Chiefs, Young showed clear improvement. His timing synced well with receivers, releasing precise passes even under pressure. He began taking advantage of one-on-one matchups, showing flashes of the playmaking ability expected from a first overall pick. For example, check how synced up his footwork is with the out route coming open. The Chiefs are in cover 0, which means it's man coverage one-on-one with no deep safeties. And the Panthers literally do not have enough guys to block him. Somebody is going to come untouched. Watch how the moment Young gets to the top of his drop, David Moore is just about to break outside. So, with great timing and anticipation, Young makes an awesome throw just as he's about to get blasted. You can see the heat coming off the left untouched, but also watch Young's footwork. If he doesn't play within the framework of the play, where he doesn't release this right at the top of his drop, this isn't going to work. But with great timing comes great accuracy. And look at the throw. He was threatening deep a lot more too. When he saw his one-on-ones, he was taking them. Part of the problem is the Panthers desperately need a guy who can win these matchups. This is a great ball, but they just don't have the talent outside where Young can make accurate throws that are consistently caught. A few weeks later in week 18, Young absolutely balled out. The Panthers dropped 44 points, winning in overtime. He completed 73% of his passes for 250 yards and 3 touchdowns. You can tell a quarterback is confident when his back foot hits and the ball is coming out. And this is a perfect example of why it's so important. Here's this alert fade with the releasing outside. If Young doesn't use good footwork to get this out at the top of his drop, he won't be on time. If it's any later, this puppy's going out of bounds. The concept is designed for the ball to be completed along the sideline. So, if the timing isn't perfect, Young and Thielen will simply run out of real estate. However, what surprised me about the young quarterback is how unorthodox his footwork remains. He still takes tiny little steps, and while his timing got better, the number of steps he took and his pacing still don't really make any sense. This is a drift route. Usually, it's from under center paired with a play-action fake. And the QB is releasing this after the fake right at the top of his drop. But without play action to get everything synced up, it's converted to a 3, maybe 5-step drop to sync up with Jalen Coker's route. However, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps here. 7 steps is for like a deep 25 yards post, not a quick drift route, but the timing is synced up and the accuracy on the throw is impeccable. Unorthodox footwork persists. Even with progress, Bryce Young's footwork remains unorthodox. Tiny little steps that defy traditional mechanics. Despite years of practice and play, his pacing and number of steps don't follow the usual patterns you'd expect from elite quarterbacks. This unusual style could be a double-edged sword. On one hand, it has forced him to develop an ability to throw accurately from weird arm angles, off and off platform, which not many quarterbacks can do. His accuracy is impressive given that he rarely has his feet perfectly under him when throwing. But on the other hand, this lack of a firm base means he struggles to drive the ball deep consistently, as generating power and precision from an unstable stance is tough. Though these questionable mechanics haven't stopped him from showing flashes of brilliance, the big concern is whether he can repeat this tap dancery over and over in high-pressure situations to achieve hyper-consistency. Quarterbacks like Drew Brees achieved greatness by having repetitively precise footwork across all drops, ensuring consistent accuracy and efficiency. Bryce, however, seems to be the anomaly, relying more on off-script playmaking rather than textbook technique. This raises questions about whether his unconventional style will hold up long-term in the NFL. His resilience and adaptation so far are commendable, but the next step is mastering consistency without sacrificing his unique approach. It's a fascinating contradiction that defines his journey. A quarterback who challenges traditional mechanics while chasing elite performance. Concerns about consistency and future outlook. The big question is whether Young can consistently replicate his unique footwork to become a reliable NFL quarterback. Like most smaller, non-super athletic quarterbacks, he must depend on precision and efficiency, with elite consistency becoming his bread and butter. Young showed a nice bounce back in the second half of the season and had a few really impressive games. But concerns linger because this does not mean he's fully arrived by any means. His footwork improved and his timing and confidence increased significantly, and we saw him push the ball down the field despite his reluctance to do so early in the season. However, his unorthodox style remains, taking tiny, twitchy steps that defy traditional mechanics. This raises doubts about whether he can repeat this tap dance-like footwork consistently enough to create elite hyper-consistency. For a smaller QB who is not a top-tier running threat, consistent fundamentals are essential to succeed long-term. Young's ability to throw accurately off-platform from weird arm angles is impressive, but rarely can he drive the ball deep since he almost never plants his feet firmly. This could limit his ceiling as defenses adjust and pressure increases. The quarterback position has been designed and constructed a certain way because it works, and while Young might be the anomaly for now, maintaining elite precision with his style will be his greatest challenge going forward. In short, Bryce has shown incredible resilience and development after a struggling rookie start, but the jury is still out if his improvements can translate to sustained success in the NFL. Conclusion and final thoughts. Bryce Young's rookie journey is a testament to resilience and adaptation. He transformed from a struggling first pick into a promising talent by mastering timing and pushing past setbacks. The NFL will be watching closely. Can this anomaly defy norms and carve out lasting success? Bryce Young's story is far from over. His journey highlights how unconventional methods can yield surprising results, but also shows the pressure for consistency at the highest level. Whether he becomes an NFL star depends on his ability to harness his unique talents while mastering the game's fundamentals. The big question: can Young continue to refine his footwork and develop the consistency needed to thrive in the long term? His unorthodox style has been both a blessing and a challenge. While it allows him to make incredible throws from awkward angles, it also raises concerns about repeatability and reliability under pressure. For a smaller quarterback who is not a top-tier runner, precision and consistency must become his bread and butter. Young has shown flashes of brilliance, especially in the second half of the season, but the journey is just beginning. The foundation is there, but sustaining this success will require continued hard work and evolution. Young's story reminds us that the NFL is not just about raw talent, but about adaptability, growth, and overcoming adversity. If he can harness his unique style and develop that hyper-consistency, Bryce Young could rewrite the playbook for what it means to be an elite quarterback in today's game. One thing is certain, his career will be a fascinating one to follow. Bryce Young's story is far from over, and it's already become one of the most intriguing sagas of his rookie season. Starting with hope, facing brutal setbacks, and then mounting a significant comeback, he's shown incredible resilience. His footwork, while still unorthodox, has improved enough to elevate his confidence and timing, pushing the ball down the field with better accuracy. But the question remains whether he can sustain this level of play consistently. With his unique style, Young might challenge traditional quarterback norms, which could either be a path to greatness or a hurdle to overcome. The NFL is a ruthless proving ground, and consistency is king. For Bryce, mastering his footwork isn't just a technical challenge, it's the key to unlocking his full potential, especially since he's not a top-tier athlete relying on mobility. His bounce back in the second half and key performances hint at a high ceiling, but the pressure is immense. Will he become the anomaly who breaks the mold? Or will the demands of the league expose the gaps in his game? Only time will tell, but his journey so far is a powerful reminder. Sometimes, perseverance paired with adaptation can turn early struggles into a hopeful future. As fans and analysts watch closely, one thing is certain: Bryce Young's rookie year was just the beginning of a much larger story unfolding.